Hi everyone, I'm Jordan from A State of Health, and I'm excited to take you through a nice little hatha flow for helping the body to gently detoxify. So wherever you are, find a little bit of space where you can spread out, and a couple of things that might be nice to have handy are some yoga blocks, either a block like this, or you could even use a little stack of books or some sort of little household item that's roughly the same size. You'll have to get a little bit creative at home. And if you have a yoga mat, that's awesome. If not, you're welcome to do this on the floor on a non-slippery surface. That would be the best. So you can pause this video if you need to, take a moment to get yourself set up, and then I'll join you on the mat. So for those of you who are all set to go, let's move right into rock pose. So what this entails is coming onto your knees and placing your heels just underneath your seat bones. And now for some people this is very uncomfortable. That's okay. If that's the case, grab your block or whatever you have and just put it underneath the bum so that you can sort of be up a little bit higher, maybe taking a little bit of pressure off the knees. Or alternatively, you can also use a blanket. So I've got this little blanket here all nice and folded up. I just place that right over top of my calves, and then you can go ahead and sit back, giving your knees a little bit of relief. If none of these are a good option for your knees today, don't worry about it. You're always welcome to come back into easy pose, which is simply a crisscross sort of position. You can even have your legs straight out in front of you if that's what's best for you today. As always, in every class, listen to your body. Your body is your best teacher. So if there's anything that doesn't feel right, or it's a little bit painful, or just feeling a little unsafe, go ahead and make a modification for yourself. You can always come back to easy pose. This is a good one. Another really good posture is child's pose. Very restful here, just sort of letting your head rest on the floor, or any other posture that you like more. This is all for you. Okay, so getting started, we'll find our easy pose or our rock pose if it's available for you. Just start to check in with your body. So if it's comfortable, you can close your eyes. Just take a couple of deep, slow breaths. Allowing yourself to settle into the present moment and connect with your body and your breath. Notice where you feel the breath in your body. And then we'll see if we can start to slow it down a little bit, bringing the breath into the belly. And as we breathe in, let your belly expand like a balloon. And as you breathe out, just gently pull that belly button in. The intention of our practice today is to help the body detoxify. And this could be extended to helping our minds detoxify as well. So go ahead and set your intention for your practice, making time and space to clear out any energy, any thoughts, any physical ailments or deposits that aren't serving us anymore. Helping the body to move through the digestive system and eliminate waste. Using a powerful breath, we can already start the process. So we'll continue to connect with our breath here in rock pose, but let's move into some gentle neck rolls. So you can let one ear, drop over towards one shoulder, and start to roll the head forward and down. The chin comes towards the chest, and keep rolling the head around, bringing the opposite ear to the other shoulder. And you may like just to stay in this half moon or semicircle movement and range. But if it feels good for you, you can keep that circle going. So by the time one ear meets the shoulder, we start inhaling and lifting the chin up towards the sky. It's always nice to stretch that lower jaw up towards the sky, gently massaging those lymph nodes, and then complete the circle by slowly bringing the chin back to the chest. As much as possible, try to sync up your movements with your breath. In yoga, the most important aspect of our practice is breath connection and awareness. So in neck rolls, it's always nice to exhale as the chin comes towards the chest, and start your inhale as you start to lift the chin up towards the sky. If you're doing the full circles, let's go ahead and change the direction. Still mindfully drawing the breath into the belly. And the next time that your chin comes down to your chest, slowly start to bring the head back up through center, back to that neutral spine. As we inhale again, let's stretch the arms forward and up, spreading the fingers and energizing the hands. Reach nice and tall. Imagine your spine growing a little bit taller. Then bring the hands to touch overhead. Exhale, lower your left arm down towards the mat until your fingertips come to touch, and then slowly stretch and lengthen through that right side of your body. So really thinking about keeping our hips anchored down either on the mat or on your heels, just creating some length in the side body as we're breathing into that side body. On your next inhale, slowly bring both arms back up through center, stretch up nice and tall. On the exhale, lower your left hand down. Wait, I think right hand down. And then gently stretch over towards that right side, getting a beautiful stretch in the left side body. A couple of breaths here. On your next inhale, bring both arms back up through center. Bring the hands to touch if you can. Try to straighten out those arms as much as possible. We'll have a breath out. And on the next inhale, we'll twist over towards one side. On the exhale, twist over towards the other side. So it doesn't really matter which side you're breathing with, whatever feels right for you. You can keep the movement nice and steady. And now in this twist, we might only get a couple of inches or even centimeters to one side or the other, depending on how tight your rib cage, your shoulders, and your back are feeling today. That's okay. Just notice wherever your range is and respect the boundaries. When your body starts asking you to stop moving in that direction, be kind to yourself and listen. And we'll inhale, we'll come back through center. Let's stretch those hands out, and then on the exhale, lower the hands back down. We just roll out the shoulders a couple of times, bringing them up towards the ears, and then roll them back and down. Just releasing any tension that you might feel in the shoulders. And then here we'll walk the hands forward, coming up onto our hands and our knees, placing the wrists just below the shoulders, spreading the fingers nice and wide, and gripping the mat with your hands. We want to try to protect our wrists by putting more pressure in the fingertips than in the wrists. Align your knees underneath those hips, and your toes can be tucked under or untucked, whatever your preference is. Now on the inhale, start to lift the hips, drop the belly down, pull the heart forward slightly, and just lift the chin a little bit. On the exhale, tuck those hips underneath from the floor, drop the chin to the chest, and round your back. Inhaling, we'll unravel, lift the hips, sink the belly down, lift the heart, head rises. Exhaling, round the back, press away from the ground, tucking tailbone under and chin under. So move with your own breath in this cat and cow motion. Moving very mindfully in connection with our breath. Now we'll come back in the spine here. Try to lengthen in both directions as if the crown of your head and the tailbone were reaching away from each other. Then we can tuck our toes under. We'll take a breath in and start to lift the hips up, straightening the legs and pressing back until we enter into this nice downward dog shape. We'll take a couple of deep breaths here. And if it feels right for you, you can bend one knee at a time while you lengthen the opposite leg. And then switch sides, just saying hello to the backs of the legs, getting a gentle stretch in here. Keep pressing away from the floor with the hands. Those hips start rising up towards the sky, and we're straightening out the back. The head be nice and soft, back of the neck relaxes. Now from here, let's bring our feet back into stillness if they're not already. We'll take a deep bend in the knees. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet, and then slowly rise up as you inhale. Reach the arms up and overhead. You can even have a baby back bend here, just pulling the shoulders away from the heart center. And then exhale, relax the hands down at your sides. Now we'll come into just about outside of our hip distance with our feet. And then start a nice gentle momentum here, twisting left and right from the base of our hips up through the spinal column. So have a gentle bend in the knees to help assist with this movement. We'll let the arms dangle loosely until they start to sort of sway side to side, and just let them sort of tap on the body. Probably starting tapping around your hips and your buttocks. And then you can bend the elbows a little bit more. Let that gentle tapping rise up to the lower abdomen, the lower back. Moving with your breath as always. Here we can reconnect with our intention for our practice. We are taking time to help our body and our mind detoxify. In this process, we eliminate what we don't need anymore, bringing in more goodness into our lives and getting rid of what's not serving us. Nice. So we'll slow down the twist, let the hands sort of come back towards our side. We can keep the feet here, or if you like, you can bring them a little bit closer. Spread the toes, really feel the earth below you. Bend, or as we say, like micro bend your knees. Inhaling, let's lift the arms up, lift the heart, grow tall. Exhaling, start to fold from the hips. Reach those arms forward and lower yourself down. Nice forward fold here. So you can let the head be heavy. Let the back of the neck grow long. We're just sort of dangling here over our feet. And if you need to go deeper into that knee bend, go ahead. It'll change where your stretch is feeling a little bit, but you gotta always listen to your own body. So if this is feeling like too much strain on the back of your legs, just bend those knees a little bit deeper. Inhaling, we'll rise all the way up, lift those arms up, stretching tall, lifting the heart, peeling the shoulder blades back. Exhaling, forward fold again. Do this 4 more times, moving with the breath. So as the inhale comes, roll up, stretch those arms, lift the heart. Exhaling, reach forward and fold yourself down. You can even open the mouth as you're sighing out here. Get a little bit of that bacteria from the back of the throat out as well. We're detoxifying from every part of the body. Good. Maybe 2 more from where you're at. Beautiful. Keep on rolling. Nice. And then we'll roll all the way up. Bring the hands up to touch. Exhale, lower the hands down through the center line. Hands come to the heart. We'll step up to the top of your mat, wherever you are. Spread the toes, press the feet down into the earth. Have a gentle bend in your knees. Palms face forward. On your inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Lift the heart, mini back bend here. On your exhale, reach the arms forward, bend at the hips, and lower yourself all the way back down in a forward fold. Bring your hands to the shins as you inhale, flatten the back, coming up halfway. On your exhale, go ahead and fold forward and roll all the way down. Now, if you have blocks, you might want to have them here underneath your hands. As we step the right foot all the way back, bend into that left knee, and then reach the left foot back as well. You can stay on blocks here if you like, or just press them aside, bringing the hands back to the mat as we flatten ourselves into our plank pose. Press back through the heels, zip up those abs, tuck the tailbone under. Create a nice straight line from head to heels. On your exhale, keep your elbows in as you lower yourself all the way down. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Inhale, lift the heart away from the ground. The head gazes forward. On the exhale, tuck the toes under. Press away from the earth. Lift your hips. Push back and bring the hips up to the sky as we come back into downward dog. Stay here for a breath, releasing the back of the neck down. Let the head hang heavy. Inhaling, gaze forward. If you had the blocks before, you might want to bring your hands back onto them now as we step that right foot in between the hands, bending the right knee, and then step the left foot forward as well. One more forward fold, dropping your nose to the knees. Inhaling, gentle bend in those knees as you rise all the way back up. Arms sweep up, scooping up some sunlight, and lower the hands to the heart. Inhaling, draw the hands back down so they can rise back up. And exhale, reach forward and lower yourself down again. Plant the hands either on the blocks or on the mat on the outsides of the feet. Step your left foot back, bend that right knee. Go ahead and draw the right foot back as well, flattening the belly, flattening the back, coming into our nice straight plank pose. Stretch back through those heels. Exhaling, keep the elbows close to the body as you slowly lower down, either the full body or drop the knees first. Relax the tops of the feet onto the ground, press into them. Inhale, lift the heart away from the earth. Then exhale, tuck those toes under, press away from the earth and lift the hips for a downward dog. Stay here for a breath. Soften the head down towards the earth. And inhaling, gaze between the hands. Step that left foot forward, coming into a nice bend in that left leg before the right leg meets it. Forward fold one more time. Then inhale, gently bend the knees, rise all the way up. Float those arms up one more time. Reach for the sun and draw the raise down into the heart. Nice. So we'll release the hands down a little bit here, give them a little shake. And then on your inhale, stretch the arms all the way up, bring the hands to touch overhead. On your exhale, reach over towards the left side. So we're lengthening the right side of the body, not coming into a super deep bend, but more so creating space. Reaching down in that right foot, reaching out through that right hand. Inhale, we'll come all the way back up through center. Exhale, lean over towards your right side. So again, press the foot down, reach out through the hands. Inhaling, we'll come back up, move dynamically with the breath. On the exhale, lean over towards that left side. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, back through center. One more time, both sides. Exhale, stretch over to that left side. Inhaling, back up through center. Exhale, reaching over to that right side. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, burst the hands open as you reach the arms out to the sides and lower them down. Give yourself a nice little shake in the shoulders, little wiggle, anywhere that feels like it could use a little release. And then we'll come back through our center here. Let's bring the hands together at prayer pose and press into the palms. Inhale, get tall in the spine. Exhale, start to bend the knees, sitting the hips back into chair pose. And as we look down at our feet, we want to make sure that those knees are not reaching forward over the feet. Relax your shoulders down. Don't worry about sticking your butt out in the air behind you. That's okay. And we'll inhale. Let's rise all the way up. Stretch the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Then inhale, slowly rise all the way back up. Arms stretch up. Bring the hands to prayer pose. Exhale, lower yourself down into chair one more time. This time we'll keep moving with that exhale, twisting over to the left side. Now, just check on your knees for a second there. Make sure that they are somewhat aligned. We don't want a huge difference between one knee being very forward compared to the other one. Inhaling, we'll come back to our center, stretch nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, float all the way back up. Hands meet overhead. Exhale, lower hands to heart. Bend the knees, sit into chair, twist to the right. So looking over towards that right side. Inhale, let's rise all the way back up. Exhale, forward fold. And from here, you may wish to have your hands on blocks. So what we'll do is we'll take that right foot and step it way back. Bend into that left knee. And on the inhale, lift the arms all the way up, coming into a nice high lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. And then release the hands down to the side and interlace the fingers behind the back. So in this high lunge, we want our heel to be stacked relatively above the ball of our foot. A nice deep bend in that left knee. Drop the hands down towards the floor so we can open the heart center and turn our gaze upwards, coming into a little back bend here. Now inhale, release the hands, stretch them all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands back to prayer pose. This time we'll twist in our high lunge. So you can either stay here if this feels really good, or you can lower your right elbow towards your left knee. Stay here for 2 breaths. And inhaling, we'll slowly rise back through center. Untwist yourself. We'll stretch those hands all the way back up. On your exhale, float the hands forward and down. Forward fold over that left knee. And then step the left foot back, lifting the hips and aligning yourself for downward dog. Feel free to walk out the feet if it feels good. Beautiful. From here, we'll turn our gaze forward and step the feet towards the hands, bending the knees, coming up onto fingertips as necessary. And inhale, let's rise all the way back up. Exhale, press the air away, lower the hands down. I'll move to the other side here. Gather your blocks up if you like using them for this practice. Inhale, let's reach the arms all the way up again. Exhaling, forward fold, bringing the hands back to the blocks. This time we'll step the left foot way back, bending into that right knee. Check on your heel of the left foot, making sure that it's stacked just above the ball of the foot. All your toes are facing the same direction, the front of the room. And inhaling, let's lift the arms up. Exhaling, hands can lower down through the heart center, and then release them down and back. Let's bring the hands to interlace behind the back. On your inhale, drop those hands down, lift the heart, turn your gaze upwards. Sinking deeper into that right knee bend as it becomes available to you. And inhale, release the arms, reach them up towards the sky, and exhale, forward fold over that right leg. Go ahead and step that right foot back this time. And if your hands are on blocks, you may wish to put them aside. Again, you can paddle out your legs, bending one knee at a time. Then inhale, turn your gaze forward, start to walk your feet forward. Again, bending knees, coming up on fingertips as it's necessary. And inhale, we'll slowly rise all the way back up. Arms scoop up, and exhale, the hands come down to the heart. So make your way to the center of your mat, and we'll take a nice wide stance with our feet. From here, bring the hands together in prayer pose, and on your exhale, we'll deeply bend into the knees and slowly lower ourselves down into Malasana, a nice yogi squat. And if this posture is not really available for you today, then you can come all the way back down onto the bum, place the soles of the feet together, and let your legs float out to the sides. So So wherever you're at, we'll keep our hands in prayer pose here. Elbows can be out to the side so the forearms are parallel to the floor. Inhale through center. And on the exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back through center. Press the left hand down onto the earth. And inhale, opening out to the right side. Right arm sweeps up and above. On the exhale, press your right hand down onto the earth. Inhale, reach that left arm out and above, twisting out to the left side. And then inhale, we'll come back through center. Let's bring our hands behind us if we're in Malasana and slowly lower ourselves down. Knees can come together in either posture that we're in, either seated or from Malasana. And then from here, let's bring the arms out in front of us and slowly lower our backs down towards the mat. Lovely. So from here, we'll let the right leg go long and scoop the left knee in towards the chest, interlacing your fingers around that leg and drawing it in towards the chest. Just give yourself a nice little squeeze. A couple of deep sighs here. On your next exhale, lower that foot back down, release the left leg all the way onto the mat, and draw the right knee into the chest. Going ahead to wrap the fingers around and squeeze that right knee in. A couple of deep breaths and long sighs. And then go ahead and release that right leg all the way down. We'll get ourselves really nice and comfortable here for Shavasana. So you can draw the shoulders together, press the upper back, the middle back, the lower back into the earth. Close your eyes. Let your arms be down at your sides with the palms faced up. You can relax your legs so your feet can splay open to the sides. Relax your face, eyebrows, eyes, ears, mouth, and jaw. Soften your throat. Relax your neck and shoulders. Let your hands and arms be heavy. Your belly is relaxed as your breath returns to its natural rhythm. Relax the hips. The legs be heavy. Let the feet just relax out to the sides. Soften your mental focus and remain present but completely relaxed in your body and in your mind. You can begin to deepen your breath. Start to draw your awareness back into the body. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. Reach the arms overhead for a full body stretch. And then bring the hands back down to the sides. Bend the knees so your feet are placed on the floor, and let your knees rock left and right. Just slowly moving from one side to the other, gently massaging the lower back. Coming out of Shavasana, we let go of the practice, and we let go of the intention of detoxifying. And let your knees roll all the way over to the left side and curl up with your face in your arm on the left. Reconnect with your breath here. Feeling that fresh prana, that life force energy re-energizing every cell of the body with each breath in. And if you'd like, before we rise, you can offer yourself a little blessing. It can even be as simple as the words, "I love you." And when you're ready, gently press into that right hand. Start to lift away from the floor. And we'll come back into an easy seated pose. And we'll pause here, closing the eyes and checking in with our body. Just noticing how you're feeling, where you're feeling it. Acknowledging any emotions that may have arisen throughout your practice, or that you may be experiencing right now. Just allowing that to happen, and being mindfully aware and accepting. And notice the activity of the mind and the quality of our energy. And we'll close our practice today by bringing the hands back into prayer pose, pressing one palm into the other, drawing the thumbs into the heart center, lengthening the spine. From here, let's offer ourselves some gratitude for practicing today. And I thank you very much for practicing with me. From the most sacred place within myself, I honor that space in you. Namaste. May you take this presence and sense of calm into the rest of your day. Be well.